Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey y'all, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. This is RAERAE. It's RAERAE All Day channel. You can also check me out on IG at All Day RAERAE, and Threads is RAERAE All Day. It's been a blast. Season 6, episode 1 of Real Housewives of Miami is underway. Started off with a boom bang pow, especially at the end. You know, I left off last season 5, with a whole lot of mess, child. That Lenny is just pitiful. Poor excuse. I mean, unless he's hiding something about Lisa, he is just being so rude and so nasty. Shout out to Nene Leakes. Boy, listen. We're going to get into some stuff of Real Housewives of Miami. Ooh, excuse me. Now, first off, we got Alexia and Todd, right? Now, I'm going to show you this picture of Alexia. Is she not looking fabulous? I mean, this dress or top, I'm sure it's a dress. I need to see that whole entire dress. She is looking wonderful. The lighting has her looking a little different. The makeup, of course, her hair, because she normally kind of looks, less gorgeous. Not saying she's not cute, but this look is just, it is awesome. So yeah, her and Todd, her husband Todd, is talking about things and how he went off on Dr. Nicole's boo and smear campaigning his business. And, they're just reflecting on last year. And, they're on the beach, of course, having a good old time. There he is. There's Todd. I think he's an older man. So, most older people are set in their ways. So, things going to be what they're going to be. So hopefully, with them just trying to reflect and do better, as they both are saying to each other, they want to express that with their friends. And so they're planning a party. Ain't that kind of cute? Any excuse for a party, okay? Next, we have Larsa. Child. I'm not too fond of her. And by the looks of things, she's just another gold digger that found gold in an awkward place. As long as she's getting her gold and whatever she wants, I'm not fond of her. So just know, every time I talk about this woman, it's going to be something negative. She's dating Michael and Juanita's son. It's just too close for comfort. And of all the folks in the world, she chooses another controversial relationship. Oh no, very manipulative, and shame on Marcus for even letting this happen. Yeah, I said it. So they are on the boat. They invited Lisa and her new boo, and they are having a good old time. Did I show you the picture of this boat, child? Well, this yacht. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Do I have a picture of it? I don't think I do. Anywho, you can just tell it's off the chain. You can see his age, right? Because she is in her 40s, almost 50. I mean, old enough to be his mother. It's always an issue when one person is old enough to be someone's parent. Because, again, there's a little manipulation as far as being too close for comfort. But, like I said, it is what it is. So there's Lisa and her new man, Jody. He's very supportive of her. I think she was asked, or he was asked, how is it with all of this back and forth with Lenny? And he said he's just there to support his woman. And I heard that, she's, bending his ear, but what else can she do when it's so stressful? And, she's been made, she's been given a less stressful life than a lot of us. So I can understand why she needs to lean on him a little bit more, especially his ear child. But it's all good, I guess. And there's Dr. Nicole looking fabulous, her and her boo. They're swapping out houses and getting something to fix it up and whatnot. Now, tell me, how is this a fixer-up? Child, how is this a fixer-up? Fixer-upper? Oh, Lord. Anywho, so there's Anthony, Nicole's fiance. They're not rushing to get married because they have so much going on. They know they're going to be together. I believe they have a 4-year-old son. I believe that's his son. I don't recall exactly. Or he got her with the kid. But anywho, that they have a 4-year-old son. Plus they're renovating and everything. And child, what? Well, anyway, we don't. Renovating, okay, $20+ million homes and everything. I heard that. Welcome to Miami, okay? And speaking of welcome to Miami, Guerdy comes through with a little Chablis. I think that's what it was. Just to, see the house. I believe Guerdy is in real estate, or is that Kiki? I think, I'm not sure, because both Guerdy and Kiki are model types, so maybe it's Kiki, the friend of, that's the model. But anyway, I believe Guerdy is in real estate. So, of course, she wanted to check it out and talk to Dr. Nicole. And they'll check up on her friendship and everything. So, all is well there. We got Julia. Yay! Julia is there, and she is helping to take care of her boo, the most famous, well, one of the most famous tennis players of our time, Martina. I forget how you pronounce her last name. Martina. I grew up with her, watching her. Natural to something. Yeah, I know Martina. Anywho, so Martina battled 2 different types of cancers. That's why she's looking like she's looking. Bless her heart and everything in between. Julia is there to help take care of her, making her soup and all these special drinks. And, I hear they say a vegan lifestyle is the best lifestyle for someone who body is riddled with cancer. I've heard that a lot. So, hey, that may have something to do with the foods that the FDA in this country has allowed us to consume. But yet, Martina is a little irritated about all the pets in the house, child. Now, I heard of dogs, cats, maybe even a rabbit, but a goat, child. And I'm not even going to show you what the goat was doing as it relieved itself. Now, I believe last year she had a diaper on the goat, child. Martina must really love Julia. I mean, as you can see, Martina is looking down because she can hardly entertain her food with all this yapping from the goat, yapping from the animals. And I'm sure it's probably some chickens running around because all them eggs are sitting up there. There's a big old egg on the right. I wonder what those are. They duck eggs? Shoot. Child, no telling. Ooh, Julia and all these animals. I guess. I hope they ain't contributing to her sickness, because I know it can't smell the best in there. Can it? So now we got Lisa. She is getting ready for a deposition. Her and her attorney are heading out the door, child, headed to Miami courthouse because there's a deposition. Of course, depositions are not always nice. However, she says she's just going to go in there and tell the truth. That's what all attorneys want you to say in public, but in private, you are advised to do what's in your best interest, as does the attorney. I don't think that's hard to fathom. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So in the midst of, guess who called? In the midst of Lisa doing her personal interview, they're exchanging words about, now from what she's saying, I just need you to send so-and-so like you're supposed to via Venmo or something. And the call abruptly hangs up because she had to ask more than once or remind him more than once. Child, couldn't be me. I'm not asking because the judge said, talk to my attorney, because if you're going to do me all sorts of ways like you've been doing, Mr. Lenny, talk to my attorney. And whatever bill the attorney gives me from all of the conversations y'all having, you're going to have to pay for it in the end anyway. So I don't want to talk, girl, bye. Anywho, next we got Marysol, Kiki, and Alexia at the beach talking about Alexia's party she's going to have. Alexia is really, trying to, hold herself accountable. Okay. Kiki strolled in. Child, look at Kiki before we get into it. Ain't she cold? That's a cold piece of work. Go ahead, Kiki. So yeah, and then Marysol comes in and check out her dress. She said, well, since everyone else is having their boobies out, I might as well just show a little something. Wear a little playful dress. Ain't that nothing? They are funny. So yeah, they're on the beach and they're just, talking about stuff. Hopefully, things will get better, but Adrianna is suspect because, what's her name? Excuse me. Alexia is suspect of Adrianna based off of what happened last season 5. Now they kind of rolled back, and what Adrianna did, she wrote a letter asking for help and to stop all the all the shenanigans, signed Marysol's liver, because Marysol drinks a lot. I'm like, oh my gosh. And not to mention the ridiculous analogy using Alexia's son. And that's the main thing. Let's just not, if you're not smart, let's not use analogies, Adrianna. I'm just saying. I mean, some people think they are, but they're not. So again, they're just, getting there and having a good old time, drinking, as you can see. Child, wish it was me. Look at that big old thing. They just having a good old time. Good old time. But Marysol does not want to go to the party, to Alexia's party, if Adrianna's going to be there. And I heard that. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So next we have another tour of Alexia's trying to make nice with Julia, because it was tense and everything. And so Julia was appreciative of how Alexia stayed on top of Martina's illness when they found out she was battling 2 different primary malignancies, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think she said spread. There were 2 primary malignant. That is tough. Woo! Big ups to Martina, child. But yeah, they're having, drinks, and what's her name? All these names, child. Julia disagrees with Alexia, but they're trying to, start a new beginning. Adrianna and Alexia gonna have lunch next, child, because Alexia's trying to make nice with people. She don't want to have all this negative energy around her. So, she agrees to meet up with Adrianna. Look at this child, girl. Look at her. She come in waving a white flag, like, hey, I'm here waving a white flag. I want to, I come in peace. And Alexia's like, what are you doing? I mean, why are you always having props and this, that, and the third? just come natural. But child, Adrianna always trying to put 20 on 10 just so she can get her point across. So yeah, they have lunch. They're again trying to start anew. Both of them apologize to each other because they were friends for a very long time. And they're just really trying to be better with each other, as you can see. See the fakeness right there? That looks a little fake right there from Adrianna. What you think? I think so. So again, they're just holding hands, trying to forge a better situation, child, I guess. So with all that being said, with them making up, Alexia does actually officially invite Adrianna to her party. And child, the next scene, we got her calling Marysol because of a couple of things. She's warning Marysol. As you can see Marysol's face, like, oh my God, you did what? She invited Adrianna. Marysol's like, oh my God, and they're getting ready for the party now. So she tells her as she's getting ready to soften the blow, I guess, or to make it seem like, well, since you're getting ready, you have to come. You know how girls do. But there's a little, dissension in the ranks because Todd's not coming. He doesn't feel comfortable being around Nicole's boo. He's embarrassed for what he did, how he acted and what he said. So he's going to coward out. And, that makes Alexia sad. It really does. Sorry for her. But that's the man you married, girl. Mm-hmm. So on the car ride, everybody's getting ready to come over. Adrianna, Kiki, and Julia is talking, and Adrianna straight up said, now after all that making up with Alexia, Adrianna had the audacity to say that Alexia thinks she's all that because of Todd's money and all the money they have together, which she thinks that Alexia can, feel like she's superior than everybody else. That may be true based on, I think it was season 4. Maybe it was season 5 where Alexia mentioned, all the money, does help when you're living and it makes life easier where you can do what you want. It is what it is. Most people who are wealthy like this tend to have those mindsets. However, Adrianna sticks her foot in her mouth again. Kiki doesn't like to hear it. Julia doesn't like to hear it. But then Julia mentions to Adrianna how Marysol didn't want to be around or didn't want to come to the party because Adrianna's coming. Adrianna has yet to apologize to Marysol, which is interesting. She's waving the white flag to Alexia, but she's not apologizing to Marysol. That's real interesting, right? It is what it is. Like she said, all this money, she thinks she's this, that, and the third. Well, I'm sure if you had all that money, you would, by the tone and the temperament that you have and the mindset, I'm sure you will be the same way. So I think there's jealousy there, in my opinion. So we got Alexia's party. Alexia's Nuevos Horizontes party. I thought party was... Now, they could have wrote this in Spanish. Now, what's party? Oh, I forgot the word for party. Bailar? No, that's dance. Fiesta. Alexia's Nuevos Horizontes Fiesta. I hope that's how you say it. Anywho, so yeah, the first guests are Marcus and her. And then I just want to show you everybody's get up, child. Then we got the fabulous Julia, all right, and her animal. Bringing eggs, child. I don't know what that's about. Then there's Adrianna. There's Kiki over there coming through. All right, you go, girls. And of course, Guerdy. Where's her man? I think that's her man on the other side. And her man's in the back behind Dr. Nicole. I know that's right. Get it. Let's go back to Guerdy. Oh, shoot. See, that's what I'm saying. Was she a model? Because I believe she's in real estate, too. All of them look great, okay? Filling those dresses out real good. There's Lisa and her man. We saw them earlier. And Marysol, she wasn't all that. So that's the best picture I can get. But in the midst of all this, there's issues, as you can see, where Guerdy is trying to, address, what's her name? Homegirl in the middle, because she is actually calling Guerdy. No, Guerdy is upset that, she is upset that Guerdy called her fake. Guerdy was trying to explain that because you minimize me in conversations, you say that what I'm saying isn't worth listening to, and you kind of patronize me. I think you're fake when you're lovey-dovey everywhere else. And what's weird is this one here, that one right there, she had the audacity to reply back that, calm down, calm down. And Guerdy is like, what do you mean calm down? I'm just talking. And she had the audacity, that one right there, I'm just matching your energy. Well, there is no one else is that hype but you. You're the one confronting Guerdy. But then she kind of twists it around to say, I'm matching your energy, when no, you're the one with all the energy, while Guerdy is just, letting you know in a monotone voice. You're the one yelling. That was real interesting. So after all that, more mingling, it was time for, Alexia to say what she wanted to say at her party. And so she went in about explaining how she's doing a new, because it's called the Nuevos, New Horizons party, child. It's about forging anew and coming out of the old and into something better. And she just wants to have a better relationship with everybody. And then she goes on and talks about Todd. Yeah, where's Todd? Everybody's like, yeah, where's Todd? Woo-de-woo. She's like, well, he's not here. I wish I knew where he was. But then she said, well, don't worry, we're not breaking up or anything. We're not getting a divorce. He didn't want to come because of, like I said before, because he made a complete butt of himself, talking about Anthony's business and, and then that big apology he made, I think it's like 8 or 9 minutes or something like that on the internet, instead of just coming to Anthony personally. I can understand, because you messed up on a public platform, you want to apologize on a public platform, but first he should have went to Anthony. He's too old for this. He's way too old. So at the end of all of that, Anthony accepted his, all of what he did. He's fine. He wished Todd was there to, talk more about it, but it is what it is. So then, it's like, hey, everybody. So toast, everybody, it's like, okay, cool. It's all good. And everybody's like, yay, here's to New Horizons. But child, then, as you can see, Julia goes in on Marysol, calling Marysol out for wanting to try and persuade Alexia against Adrianna. That's how she felt she was doing by that Marysol was expressing her not disdain, but her dislike for Adrianna. So Julia again felt like Marysol was trying to, persuade Alexia to stay away from Adrianna, when that was not the case. I don't think Marysol does that. So it got real heated, child. It got so heated, the guy started to leave. So Adrianna's like, okay, guys, I have some cigars for you, so let's go. First, it was Dr. Robert, I think his name is. Anyway, first, they just got one by one, kept all the guys are popping over in. These heifers about to start yelling. They about to get it on, so let's just go and do our thing. And then in the midst of all of that, Guerdy had to, let people know that this is just ridiculous. And she has, something on her heart that is weighing heavily, which is why, Julia's looking like that, because Guerdy's not the type to, raise her voice in that manner, even though the Larsa pretended as though she was earlier. But yeah, so she, kind of changed the tone of everything, got them to stop yelling for the most part. And in the midst of all of that, she got emotional because, again, she's going through something. They don't know what it is yet. At the end, we find out that she's, going through a medical emergency. And she's just, going off about, I need you to be here for me. Even though we're going through what we're going through, we're better than this. And we need to be here for each other and be here for me. She's playing, saving face for Dr. Nicole because she's a doctor and she doesn't really want to get into it. But like I said, at the end, we see that she and her husband, while the kids are playing in the background at the park, that, it may be some cancer in her breast, and I believe it is. Big ups to Guerdy. We love you, and we're going to wish you well. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That was Real Housewives of Miami. Season 6, episode 1. Did y'all see it? Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, let me know how you like my review. If I missed anything, or just let me know down in the comments, and we can keep it going. So, again, I appreciate you for coming through, coming by. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know what's next.